Kingdom blessings. My name is Apostle H. Daniel Wilson. I'm the senior pastor of Valley Kingdom Ministries International, a suburb of Chicago, Illinois. I'm also CEO of Dominion, Inc. We're our company looking to touch the world as we change the world. Well, Brother Pastor, I have come today to speak to your heart concerning something that most churches and ministries are facing, and it is this thing called debt. We're facing debt either in mortgages, new projects, or just in operating expenses. And nobody has been hit harder with the economic downturn of 2008 more than the body of Christ. I believe you will agree with me that we don't have the luxury of closing a plant or increasing the sale of coffee or computers, copiers or cars. We exist on the free will giving of the people of God. And yet, as I examine this, something is wrong with this picture. We are, and supposed to be, the people of the promise. We are the covenant believers of Jehovah God. Our Father owns everything. It says the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, and they that dwell therein. And I want to remind you once again, Brother Pastor, he must keep his promises that he made in Deuteronomy 8:18, when he said that he has given us the power of wealth to fulfill the covenant. That word power in the Hebrew is a word called shael, which means the power to create wealth. So after 28 years of pastoring a large, thriving ministry, I have come to the conclusion that I believe without a doubt that God has a bigger and a better plan. If there's going to be a transfer of wealth that we've been preaching about and we have prophesied about, it can only happen by way of business. So through prayer and fasting and searching, I believe I found a business that God wants to make a blessing to the body of Christ. That business is called network marketing, and the company is fivelinks.
Listen, Eden is kingdom, and Eden mindset is a kingdom mindset. Let me hear ya. Where my Eden citizens at? Where my Eden citizens at?
Finally, a way to produce wealth in God's house and your house. These are the tools you're already using and paying for, but now you can use them to benefit you. Cellular, internet, satellite TV, home security, energy services, merchant services. Fivelinks, the power to obtain wealth.
Listen, network marketing, by the words of Robert Kiyosaki, yeah, you know him. He's the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that has sold over 28 million copies. He has said that network marketing is the business for the 21st century. And I believe he said that because he understands that network marketing takes a person from being an employee to an entrepreneur. So the question I know you're asking is, how does this deal with our debt? It's real simple. As a pastor just like you, there are three financial concerns that we face every week, every month, every year. And that is, as I said earlier, ongoing debt. It's fluctuating tides by people coming or not coming in for the summer or out and not being there on special occasions and days. Members losing their jobs and thereby losing their income. Without question, though, I am fully convinced that fivelinks can help you, Pastor, with all three of these issues we are facing. You may ask how. It's really simple, by getting paid on what's already being paid. What am I saying on that? Fivelinks has 12 separate products that people are paying every single day of their life, including your members, be it telephone, be it computer, be it energy, gas, or electric. These are bills that never stop, that go on and on and on. So the three ways I believe that fivelinks can help you is it can deal with the ongoing debt. I've had building programs. I've been involved in capital stewardship programs, but they only last for a season. This is a way that as that member signs up for one of the 12 services, that debt continues to go down because they are getting, your ministry is getting paid on what's already being paid. The fluctuating debt, because of its residual steady income, it comes in month after month, year after year, and that's the beauty of it. But it also, as Robert Kiyosaki says, it creates a business opportunity for your member if they decide to get in on the business side. So as you see, I've studied this. I've vetted this for now going on 2 years, and I am fully convinced that this is not just a good idea, it's a God idea.
After seeing how this company made sense, we started our journey with a single faith confession that anyone that works this business can hit senior vice president within 2 years. 23 months later, here we are. I want to say, and this is why we picked this music, that we need to get it all back. Everything that we lost, everything that was taken from us, it's time to get it back. I'm a pastor, I've been pastoring for 19 years. What I love about this opportunity, it doesn't interfere with what you do on a full-time basis. I never missed a Sunday morning service. I made it to the Tuesday night service. I conducted the Friday night services. So my question to the pastors, what's your excuse? I want to say to those that are sitting on the fence, who told you that this doesn't work? The fact that we're walking this stage is proof that it works. Every Friday and the 15th of every month is proof that this works. When you get that first check, it's proof that this works. And so I want to say to you, don't stop until you get it all back. And I want to ask them, who are you going to believe? The couch potato that can't hold a job? The person that get up tired, sit in traffic, run for the bus when they miss the train? Are you going to believe the one who lives from paycheck to paycheck? Or the people that made a choice 24 months ago and changed their lives forever? C.C. Richards said something that stuck with me, that 5links is ministry with a compensation plan. So when you get tired of punching the clock and you want to kick the clock, we need to talk. When you get tired of sitting in traffic and you want to create traffic, we need to talk. When you get tired of going to a job that you don't like, to work with people that don't like you, we need to talk. When you get tired of waking up to an alarm clock and you want to go to sleep when you're tired and wake up when you're tired of sleeping, we need to talk.
See, on an average, I was working from 7 o'clock in the morning to 7 or 8 o'clock at night. Because see, when you're a business owner, when the secretary don't show up, guess who become the secretary? You do. And when the janitor don't show up, guess who become the janitor? You do. So as my best friend was telling me, Frank, come take a look at this presentation. It could change your life, get you your time back. I was just way too busy. But then one day he said, Frank, look, I'm having an awesome party down in Nashville, Tennessee. And when he said party, what did I do? I was right there, first one in the room. But when I got down into Nashville, which I had drove from Chicago to Nashville, which is a 7-hour drive, when I got there, the co-founder, Jeb Title, the co-founder of this awesome company, was giving Marshall Forson, Platinum Senior Vice President Marshall Forson, he was giving him a $100,000 car. Now, at that time, the only thing that I could think that he was selling was video phones, because this was nearly 5 to 6 years ago. But one thing I could tell you, that I was never had any interest in selling video phones. But one thing for sure, that when I saw Marshall Forson get that $100,000 car, I had one question for Marshall, and that was, how many of those phones I need to sell to get one of those? But what I did for the first time is I sat down and just looked at it as a business opportunity. And it just made sense. So as excited as I was, the next thing I did 3 days later, I got back in my car, I drove back to Chicago, and the first person who I was giving a presentation to was my wife. And here was now this when skepticism stepped in. Because, see, my wife had tried every opportunity out there. I had never tried network marketing. I had no experience. I didn't even know what network marketing or multi-level marketing was, in fact, over 5 years ago. But my wife had tried every one that you could think of, and she didn't have any success. So naturally, the one thing that I wanted to do was get my wife to see what I saw. But at that particular time, she wasn't interested, so it took about 6 months later. And 6 months later, the co-founder, Jeb Tyler, came to do an event in Chicago, Illinois. And when he did that event, what he did is he called me up and he invited me out. And he said, Frank, bring your wife. But because of real estate issues, we had missed the presentation. But then when it took place 2 hours later, he invited us for dinner after the event. And when we got there to dinner, the one thing he encouraged us to do was just get to a national convention. And my wife, even though she gave him every excuse on board, I mean, from our newborn son at the time that was 9 months, all the way up to our daughter who was having issues with her heart, so we had to homeschool her, he eliminated all the excuses and said, look, I need you to get to this awesome international convention. And when we got to that international convention, what we saw was just everyday people doing some extraordinary things. In fact, we saw people making more money in a month than most people make in a year. So from that convention there, me and my wife, we saw the opportunity and we got started right away. And we got started actually 3 days later from that convention. We was able to hit one of the top positions in the company in 132 days. Now, I'm standing here before you not to impress you, but just to impress upon you what I'm going to share with you over the next 20 minutes is absolutely real. So first of all, why do people get involved with fivelinks? To spend more time with their family, to diversify their income. Because we all know that in this rough economical times, we know if this is not the plan A, we cannot deny that we need a plan B. To pay off debts, children's college fund, to give more to charity. What we've been seeing over the last 2 years in fivelinks is that 1 out of every individual to come in fivelinks is either a pastor or assistant pastor of some church. Of financial freedom. And this was my #1 reason to get involved. Because when I saw fivelinks, what I saw was a 3 to 5 year run for financial freedom for the rest of my life. And I'm telling you right now, I'm well ahead on my goal for that. Now, the name of the company is called fivelinks. Now, fivelinks is built on 5 key principles: vision, integrity, opportunity, freedom, and success. Now, the company is not a startup company. What does that mean? See, most business in the first 3 to 5 years do not even make it. But fivelinks right now is currently going into its 12th year. See, we was founded in 2001, and we was founded by 2 gentlemen and 1 CEO, 2 co-founders and the CEO of this company, and combined, they brought 60 years of experience into the business. In fact, over the past 4 years, because of their tremendous growth, the company has been growing over 800% growth. So what does that mean? When you think about what's been taking place in your life over the past 4 years, from recession to depression, however you want to name it, we do know that the fivelinks is on its way right now to be a $1 billion company. We're located right there in Rochester, New York, where there we have a 50,000 square foot world headquarters. What does that mean? That means that you don't have to stock any material. Everything that fivelinks actually produce will come directly out of Rochester, and if anything else, as far as any other products and services, will come from its third-party relationship distributors. Now, the one philosophy that we live by is we live by representatives come first. See, the company understands one thing, that if they're going to reach and become a $1 billion company, that they have got to produce multimillionaires. Well, for me, that works out great. And for them, that works out great for them as well. Where traditionally on our job is just the opposite. Because our boss is paying us just enough money for us not to quit, and we're doing just enough work, what? Not to get fired. So that definitely works for me, and it definitely works for them. Now, as excited as I am, I think it's more important to know about third-party credibility, because documentation beats conversation. See, we've been featured in several publications, from Success from Home magazine to Your Business at Home magazine. And if right now, if you even go in 2012, we'll be featured again in Your Business at Home magazine. And just recently, in the last 60 days, we've also been featured in the Direct Sales News, where we've been inducted as one of the top direct sales companies in all of the world. In fact, we came in number 77. And it was so exciting that Wall Street Journal even put a special edition publication where they did a 1-page write-up on us as well. We also been an Inc. 5000 company from 2006 all the way to 2011, and just got news in 2012 we'll be an Inc. 5000 company again. And we're also a Rochester Top 100 company. So when you think about all the different hub publications or hub companies out there in Rochester, New York, from 2006 to 2011, we are featured as one of the top companies in Rochester, New York. So I tell people is that if you're skeptical and you feel like you need to do research, let's just be honest. Are you going to be able to out-research Inc. 500 magazine, Direct Sales News, Your Business at Home magazine, Success magazine? So I tell people that documentation beats conversation. Let's talk about the opportunity. Time in the position is the key to success. And what happens in America is that every 10 years there's a huge shift of wealth. And let's just think about some of them that perhaps we didn't have an opportunity to participate in. Like in the 1980s, you had the PC industry. And that's when IBM pretty much dominated everything. And they invested in what was called hardware, a hard drive. But what did Bill Gates do? He came along with what? Software. And as a result, there's a PC in every single home. So personal computers, it changed the whole industry right then and there. Let's talk about the mid-1980s. That's the deregulation of long distance. And that's when AT&T owned all the phone lines. And then the federal government saw that they was equivalent to the 8th wealthiest country in the world. And they said, you know what we're going to do is deregulate them. And once this deregulation took place, you had other companies getting involved that had no experience in the telecom industry. Companies like Sprint, which stand for Southern Pacific Railroad International, MCI, Quest. All these companies that got involved as a result, all these companies right now are billion-dollar companies. Again, look what's happened in the 1990s. You had the cellular and the internet. And everybody remember that big phone right there, which was called, tell my kids, that's called the brick phone. But in fact, what happened, Motorola had that phone out, and that phone bill would be well over $1,000 a month. In fact, the phone itself was even costing $1,000. And then what happened? It went from analog to digital. And now, as we look at right now, everybody not only have a cell phone, even our kids have cell phones. And again, in the 1990s was the internet. Now, just think if we are investing in what is called the WWW, the World Wide Web. Think if we had positioned ourselves in front of Google, Yahoo, eBay, where would we be right now today? Well, there's 3 shifts of wealth that's taking place in America that nobody can deny because industries are all talking about it. One is called VoIP, which stands for Voice over Internet Protocol, Text Marketing, and Energy. So the first one we're going to go over is VoIP, which stands for Voice over Internet Protocol. Now, what VoIP does is it cuts the phone service up to 50% or more. So our phone service with linx, which is our company, the company that we actually own, it cuts the phone service up to 50% or more. Where traditional phone service are well over $50, $60, our phone service for $24 a month, you can actually talk to 75 landlines and have every calling feature you could possibly think about. Now, I want you to think about this right now. That by 2013, they're predicting that 44 million U.S. households will be on a digital dial tone. So what does that mean for you? That's well over 1 million people switching over every single month. And what makes us so unique is that we have products like GSB10, calling right from your computer, where I tell people it's like Skype on steroids. Because now you have an opportunity to not only see the person that you're talking to, but it actually cuts the screen up 4 different ways where you can have a total conversation where 5 individuals can actually interact and see each other all across the world. Now, we're able to service residential and commercials. We even have applications that's available for the iPhone and the Droid phone. And we just released our tablet, the Velocity tablet, which you can interact and basically conduct all type of business, have all the applications that you normally had on any tablet on the market. But the most impressive thing about our tablet is the fact that it's working off the new 4G network. And in fact, it's low cost, and it has a front and rear camera, and it gives you the ability where you can actually use your linx application on it as well. So we understand that we have all the products that's needed in order to be successful in the VoIP industry. And if you look right there in Rochester, New York, that's our co-founder right there in our network where we own linx, which means we're not borrowing our dial tone from anyone else. But as excited as linx is, and in fact, we became a $50 million company just off of VoIP alone. But when they launched Energy, I knew this was the game changer. Because we understand that VoIP, even though we became a $50 million company off Energy, in 1 year, we was able to double in size. Now, what does this mean? This means a choice in the consumer, which means that now this brings value and as well as it brings savings. Now, this is predicted to be 10 times the size of telecom. So what does the telecom industry turn out to be a $1.3 trillion industry? We didn't know this is going to be 10 times that size. So what does that mean for you? That means huge opportunities, huge savings as well. Now, energy monopolies is being broken up all across the country. In fact, fivelinks right now currently is in 12 different states, whether either we serve in residential, commercial, or both, gas and electricity, natural gas and electricity as well. Now understand, you are now able to participate in what they're saying annually is a $500 billion industry. And I can tell you right now, this right here is the game changer. So as excited as I am about VoIP and excited as I am about energy, I'm going to tell you right now, fivelinks have made a decision to say, look, if we're going to get paid on 2 products that we know is already in the household, then why not get paid off of all the other products that's in the household as well? So when you get started with fivelinks, what you'll get is platinum service. And what platinum service do is your website, it gives you the opportunity to market all fivelinks products and services. like fivelinks Mobile with companies like Sprint, Nextel, T-Mobile, Verizon. Fivelinks Home Security System through Protect America. Fivelinks Internet. You put in your zip code and whatever internet provider, whatever state you are in, it will let you know what internet provider is there. Merchant Processing Service. And we found out this was another exciting piece that I'm very excited about. Because we understand that most people don't even use cash. Everybody's using a debit card. So with Merchant Processing Service, it gives you the opportunity to capitalize on those businesses that you're doing business with, where you can actually market credit card processing. Whereas this works like this. When you sell your first one, you get $50. You sell your second one, you get $100. And then you get $200 for every additional merchant processing service that is sold afterwards. And then you get a percentage of what they swipe every single month. And then once they activate it, a percentage of it goes to breast cancer as well. You have satellite television, where you have DISH and DirecTV. We have ID Guard, because what we realize is that 1 out of every 5 person will be a victim to identity theft. We also have a service called Business Elite Services. And what Business Elite Services, it has a suite of services for small businesses. First of all, VIP discounting. The next service, we have a webinar and conference services. Next thing we have what is called computer tech support, which gives you the opportunity if something go wrong with your computer, they can remotely fix it if there's a software issue, where we can remotely fix it. And then we also have what is called Text Alert. And we even have that feature standalone as well. See, Text Alert, what we found out is that 90% of most commercial businesses, when they send out emails, and 90% of most emails never get opened. But we understand that 95% of a text get opened within 5 minutes. So right now, this gives you the opportunity, which I am very excited about. That's another shift to wealth. In addition to that, we just released another product, which is called Data Vault. And Data Vault gives you the opportunity to put all your precious files into what is called in cloud, even your music. So as you entering stuff on your computer, stuff that we would normally put as a paper trail, now you can enter into your computer, and as you enter it into your computer, now it can go into a vault, whereas anytime you need to retrieve it, all you have to do is just put in your code and download it and print it off. So as you see, these are big products and services that people use every 30 days. See, in fivelinks, we only do 2 things. We show people how to make money or either save money on a bill you will never pay off. And we have 2 ways in which we do that. One way is called residual income. And residual income is real simple. You do a job one time, and you continue to get paid from that one job over and over and over again, like the music industry. And what I found out is that 2 years ago, Elvis Presley made well over $50 million. Now just think about this. Elvis Presley haven't put an album out in well over 30 years. So he's pretty much getting paid more money when he's dead than he made when he was actually alive. And the next way we get paid is what we call what? Duplication. Now duplication is very simple. When you look at that format, for most of us, we call it a pyramid. And I tell people what's not a pyramid. Because if you go to work, you have the CEO, and the CEO has what? Managers. The manager has what? Supervisors. And usually where we are, W-2 employees all the way at the bottom. The only problem, let's just say if you worked at Walmart, the only problem is that if your last name is not Walton, you would never get to the top. But what does Sam Walton do? He opened up one store down in Bentonville, Arkansas. And every 15 to 30 miles, he duplicate that process. And then he opened up in another store, in another state, and another state. Now today, Walmarts, there's well over 8,000 Walmarts that produce a revenue of well over $400 billion. See, evidently it's working for Sam Walton. Our job is to get it to work for who? You. Now let's talk about a 30-day game plan. And our 30-day game plan is to get 20 customer points and 2 business partners. Now customer points are not 20 living individuals. Customer points are 20 services that fivelinks provide. So when you get involved, the first thing you do, let's just say you get your website, which is platinum service. The company give you 3 points for that. Let's just say right there you get your home phone service, which will give you 2 points for that. So that's 5 points. Let's say you have 4 cell phones in your household. That's 9 points. You can switch over your home security system. That's 10 points. You switch over your internet. That's 11 points. You switch over your television. That's 12 points. You get ID Guard. That's 13 points. So what I found out that you switch over your gas and your electricity. That's 15 points because you get a point from some of the services, and some of the services even have 2 points value when we talk about our business application services. So let's just say in your household you got 10 to 15 points. Now, where would you get the rest of your services from? See, what I'm trying to tell you is that you don't have to go door to door to sell any of our products and services. You'll get most of the service from you yourself because you're your own and best customer. Then the rest is going to come from 2 people, people that love you and people that owe you. And once you get 20 customer points, what fivelinks is going to do is cut you a check for $500, even before these customers are able to even pay their bills. Now, the next thing you're looking for is just two people that's overworked and have a desire for change. And what I found that the two people that was overworked and underpaid, guess what? They was living in my household. So for getting 20 customer points in your first 30 days, fivelinks cut you a check for $500. And for actually getting two business partners, they cut you another check for $250. So that's a total of $750 in your first 30 days for doing business. Now, next thing you want to start doing is start building your team. Because when fivelinks, one thing we understand is that residual income, at the end of the day, that's what creates the lifestyle. So first thing you want to do is start switching over your own services. See, you your own and best customer. You save yourself some money, and that's the first success story that you're going to have to tell all your friends and family. So let's talk about the perfect world scenario. Let's just say you get started and you actually acquire your customer points. See, what fivelinks do is they pay a commission value on all the customers that you saw on the previous slide. And how much you receive is based on your earned position in the company. So let's say in the first month you switch over your services and you actually go out and get 3 business partners. And let's say in the second month the 3 business partners actually go and get 3, that's 9. Let's say in the third business month the 9 business partners go and get 3, well that's 27. So let's stop right there. Well, now you have 27, 9, and 3 plus yourself. Now that's 40 business partners. Now we call business partners in fivelinks IMRs, which stands for Independent Marketing Representatives. Now let's say out those 40 business partners that half of them do right and the other half don't do nothing. But let's just say that 20 of them actually go out and get 20 billing customers. And let's just say you get an average commission of just 50 cents. Well, that's a $200 residual check coming to your account every 30 days. Now, what's the difference between $200 that you're getting here in fivelinks and $200 on your job? It's the fact that this is residual income, which means that you don't have to work for it no more, because as long as they continue to pay their bills, guess what? This income continue to come in. And how many people you know that actually walk in the house and say, hey, I'm going to turn off the lights? Now, where you may be looking at this slide and saying, well, $200 doesn't seem like a whole lot of money. Well, I would say that $200 is not life-changing income, especially for somebody like me that was used to making a lot of money. But we can agree right now that if you was walking down the street and you saw $200 on the ground, what's the first thing you're going to do? Pick it up. And let's just say when you reach for it, a huge wind shift blows it across the street. Now, let's just say when it blows it across the street, it's trafficked. Here's the thing. Are you going to decide to what? Wait and just say forget that money? Or are you going to actually try to go through the traffic or wait till the light to change and go across the street to get that money? I agree. We'll probably go and get that $200. Why? Because we understand $200 at the end of the day is $200. But what I found out is that the average American only makes less than $40,000 a year. So $200 for the average American, 98% of America, guess what? Is life-changing income. But here what I'm trying to tell you right now, if you could do it, you could teach it. Because when 27 go get 3, it's 81. And when 81 go get 3, it's 243. And when 243 go get 3, it's 729. So let's say over a period of time now you build up a team of 200 business partners, going to get an average billing customers of just 20, where you get an average commission of 50 cents. Now you're talking about a $2,000 residual income. Now here again, what I'm trying to tell you is that this is life-changing income. Why is this life-changing income? Because you don't have to go to work for it. So even if you're sick, on vacation, or just simply sleep, this residual income will continue to grow and keep coming into your account every 30 days. Now, as we understand that people, as it takes time to build up residual income, we also understand that you need right now money. So what fivelinks put in place, and as you will need to know, is that we get paid about 10 different ways. So let's talk about some right now money. See, in fivelinks in our compensation plan, we also understand that, you would like to get paid monthly. That's great. But you also need some money from the week-to-week basis in order to maintain. See, in fivelinks, we get paid 5 times a month. And I tell people all the time, we get paid every week. And on the 15th, that's when the mothership actually comes in. So we have 5 leadership positions in the company. And once you hit executive training, and just to hit executive training, the only thing you have to do is acquire your 20 customer points and your 2 business partners. Now, once you hit executive training, which stands for ET, you'll receive $25 every time you or any one of your representatives come into the business. The next position is called executive director. And if you hit executive director within 60 days, the company will give you another $750 bonus. Then they give you a $60 raise. Well, now you earn up to $85 every time someone comes into your organization. Next position is called national director, where you get a $55 raise. Well, now you earn up to $140 every time someone comes to your organization. Senior vice president, where you get a $30 raise. Well, now you earn up to $170 every time someone comes to your organization. And the next position, where the position that I have achieved, which is platinum senior vice president, where you get a $5 raise, We earn up to $175 every time someone comes to your organization. Now I'm going to touch on two positions. One is senior vice president, the other one is platinum senior vice president. Now once you hit senior vice president, what the company is going to do is they're going to give you 5,000 stock options in the company. In addition to the 5,000 stock options, the next thing they're going to do is they're going to pay up to $800 on any silver BMW of choice. And then our Global Links product, which is our iPhone application, Droid application, our home phone or residential phone products, or even our Velocity tablet with the Global Links on it, anytime anyone get one of those products or services in the company will pay up to $3 into your running account balance. And then an annual vacation. Let me tell you, what I found out is there's a difference between a trip and a vacation. See, the first thing you have to understand, if you have to ask somebody, can you go? That's the first sign of a trip. And if you're paying for your hotel, you're still tripping. And if you're paying for your airfare, you're study tripping. I tell people all the time that since I've been involved with fivelinks for a little over 4 years, I'd have been in the Bahamas, I'd have been to Puerto Rico, I've been to the Dominican Republic, I've been to Spain, Rome, Italy, France. And what I found out that there's a difference between a trip and a vacation because the simple fact, I didn't have to pay for anything. Hotel, airfare, and in fact, when I get there, they'll put a little wristband on my wrist. I didn't even pay for my food or my drinks. So I tell people that there is a difference between a trip and a vacation. And what I advise is that people stop tripping and start taking vacations. And then expense account, anywhere from $500 to $1,500. And what they do is they base that on your customer production in the company. Now, as good as senior vice president is, I can tell you, the next position I'm going to talk about is way more exciting, which is called platinum senior vice president. Because what fivelinks do is they still give you all the benefits of senior vice president, which means you still get to keep your BMW, you still get your paid vacation, you still get the 5,000 stock options. But in addition to that, what the company do is they give you a Bentley, which means that they'll pay up to $4,000 on any Bentley of your choice, as long as it's silver. In addition to that is the platinum pool, which means that every time someone pays their electricity bill or platinum service or text alert or their Global Link service or even their website, a percentage of it is put into a pool. And at the end of the year, they split up among all the platinum senior vice presidents. In addition to that, they give you another 5,000 stock options in the company. They give you a ring like the one that's on my finger. In addition to that, they got a pendant that my wife wears around her neck as well. Now, I tell people right now that currently we have all close to 16 platinum senior vice presidents in the company, and they all come to all different walks of life. See, these were just ordinary people that was looking for some extraordinary things. Now, as good as platinum is, the one thing I have to tell you, none of this means nothing if you don't get started. See, in fivelinks, we have two ways you can get started. One is called customer representative, which is $99. The other one is independent market representative, which is $249. Now, personally, I only talk about one. Because as a CR, you only get paid off of products and services, personal website, future services, and energy and select markets. And I tell people as an independent market representative, you get paid at everything as a CR, but you also get paid off to all the individuals that come in beneath you in your organization. And I tell people you'd rather have 1% of 100 than 100% of your own. Because when you're sick, sleep, or sleeping, guess what? That income starts to steady come in. So as an independent market representative for $249, you get paid as a CR position, but guess what? You get customer acquisition bonuses. You even get the open line bonuses program. You also qualify for what is called a quick start bonus in your first 30 days. So let's go over the quick start bonus again. See, when you acquire 20 customer points, and remember, customer points are not 20 living individuals. Customer points are 20 services that fivelinks provide. And once you get 20 customer points, fivelinks will pay you $500, and you got 30 days to achieve this goal. The next thing you're looking for is just two people that's overworking, underpaid, and have a desire for change. And then when they acquire 4 customer points, one being Global Links, then you get another $250. So that's a total of $750, and you have 30 days to achieve this goal. Now, here's the thing I want you to understand. We're going to help you achieve this goal. So we're going to give you all the training and support that you absolutely need. So once you get started, you'll get a website, first of all. And on your website, there's Fivelinks University. And this Fivelinks University, you can go to your website 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and it show you how to go from executive trainer all the way to platinum senior vice president. And then you have your own personal website, which means that you can get to identify your website where you can send any of your friends or families to look at your website, and they can order products and services. They can even look at the video presentation as well. And then you have your personal business reporting, where you're able to track this 365 days a year. Now you get all of this right here, which is all included into your platinum service for the only overhead that our company have for $49 a month. In addition to that, you get all the training support from the individuals that have introduced you to this business opportunity. Now, we even have local meetings that is taking place all across the country. We have regionals that we do in select markets of well over 16 different markets in the country right now. And then we have what is called an international training event. And this is the event you do not want to miss. See, I went to the national just to take a look at 5links just to see if it was real. I got started 3 days later, and in 132 days, I was promoted to senior vice president. And it was all because of this international training event. Now, as you see this presentation right now, I can tell you that's pretty much the end of the presentation. And I'll tell you, I present this opportunity all over the world. And on an average schedule, I'm helping people all across the country. I'm in 2 to 3 different states every single week. But no matter how many times I present this opportunity, what I found out that there's 3 types of people. Number 3rd person is a person that says, you know what, 5links is not for me. Okay, if you're number 3, let me tell you what we do. We do 2 things. We show people how to make money or save money off a bill you would never pay off. But what I found out, there's only 2 reasons why a person would be a number 3. Okay, one reason a person would be a number 3, hey, is because they just don't have $249. And let me speak to you humbly. See, if you've been working a job for over 5 years and you're over 18 years old and you do not have $249, let me be the first to tell you that the job is not working. Now, here's your options. Your option is to get a second job. And I would say that would be a second of the first one that's not working. The only thing I'm telling you right now, if you know you need to change your life and change your circumstances because you don't have $249, then it seems like to me 5links is the answer. Because if it's not 5links, then what? And if it's not now, then when? And if it only takes one person to change a whole generation, then who is that one person going to be in your life? And the number 2 person that's a number 3 is a person that say, you know what, I'm very busy. I'm already running my own business, or perhaps I'm working from 6 in the morning to 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And I just don't know if I have the opportunity or the time to help to build this business. And let me speak to you, because see, that was me. See, I was working from 6 in the morning to 7, 8 o'clock at night. And like I told you in the beginning of my presentation, when the secretary didn't show up, guess who became the secretary? Me. When the janitor didn't show up, guess who became the janitor? Me. The only thing I'm saying to you right now is that's what I told my best friend. And my best friend said, look, Frank, what are you working hard for? I said, I'm working hard for my wife and my kids. He said, well, what if something happened to you? How fast would it happen to them? And that was my aha moment. And at that point in time, what I realized is that one thing I could tell you is that one thing that everybody that's looking at this presentation and everybody in the world have in common is the fact we all have 24 hours in the clock. But what we choose to do with our 24 hours is up to you. So here's the thing right here I can tell you right now. As a result of me getting started, I'm able to live full time, but guess what? Work part time. Now, the next person that's a number 2. A number 2 person is the person that says, you know what, I have questions. Listen here, if you have questions, that's perfectly fine. Because remember my wife, she was very skeptical. And because she was skeptical, we knew that we had to get our questions answered. So my wife, she went to the national convention and she got her questions answered. And as a result of her getting her questions answered, she was my first representative. And in fact, she currently, right now, is a senior vice president in her own position. Which that just tells me one thing, that it's okay to be skeptical. But what's not okay is to be skeptical and broke. And also to ask somebody about 5links that never got a check. Ask them to put somebody on the phone that have achieved these positions, whether it's executive director, national director, or senior vice president, how they could be successful in this business. Because remember, if you ask somebody else that never got a check, then you also buying their opinion. So get your opinion from the people you want to live like. And then the number 1 person is the person say, you know what, give me an application because I'm ready to roll. And if you that number 1 person, we got an application waiting for you right now. And if you got a number 2 person need to get questions answered, guess what? We got somebody standing by the phone right now to get all your questions answered. So I want to thank everybody for actually taking time out right now to look at this awesome presentation. I look forward to seeing everybody from the beaches of the world. And this is Advisory Council member, Platinum Senior Vice President, Frank Kimbrough.